I first heard about Muffin from the Kingdom Rooms. That's where I learned she was a YouTuber. And I always wanted someone to record Kingdom 16 action for YouTube. Then, of course, when I retire, I hear she's playing in 16. So I was itching for ways to come back to the game. No, Kingdom 16, this is not why we went to war. I think hearing that she was always winning first in Kingdom Raid probably triggered me to come back, since I usually took first place. No shock there. She managed to kick my ass most of the time and take first from me anyways. She was brutal with me. Coming back to GOG for being away about a year, she wanted to help guide me back up the ranks. We didn't really know each other yet, only what we heard from others. But nothing I ever did was good enough. The more I did, the more she would make fun of me. So you know how that goes. Then there was that one alliance in Kingdom 16 we happened to go to war with. She would hunt day and night with no fear, like she never slept, constantly causing pain. She was pretty good at coming up with suicide missions to get me killed. But there was that one time I may have seen a different side of Muffin. She may have sent herself on a suicide mission and lost the shield relic. Yes, Muffin, we're talking about the relic. I was at work. My phone rings. Muffin's calling me. That's a first. She goes, "You need to zero me and take the relic." Of course I didn't do that. But long story short, I had the relic back a few minutes later. Probably the only time I was able to do something that impressed her. She was definitely a killing machine. Definitely someone you want on your team. She was really good at catching her killing sprees on video, too. I'd log in whenever I had spare time to look for something to zero. Not long after, there'd be a TikTok or a video of it. Anyways, enjoy the Muffin interview.
Hello.
Where are the others? Hello. Muffin.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you excited?
Very excited.
Okay, so Muffin and I have never spoken before.
Yes, so nice to meet you. As a little side note, I'm still sick, so I will have to mute myself sometimes just to cough. Yeah, guys, if you need to go to the shower, remember there's a mute button, so you can use it, you know. We don't have to hear it again.
Let me go ahead and I have kids at my house right now, all boys. So there might be gunfire in the background.
I was just going to ask, how did you start playing GoG, and which kingdom was your first?
Okay, I'm excited. Let's start.
Hey, Sekshee, can you not use the word GOG? It's GOG. Please, Muffin, edit GOG out of this interview. Rookie, you're at a bar doing this?
I'm at Ghana. I look like a geek.
People are like, this guy never stops working.
Hi, everyone. This is Sekshee, and we are interviewing Muffin for a change today instead of having Muffin interview a monster. And so we have two other people in the room that will be joining in asking questions. Would you introduce yourselves, please?
I am Rookie K26. Muffin had interviewed me and Sekshee a while ago, and we decided that it's time that the tables are turned and we are interviewing her at the moment. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to pass the baton over to the other interviewer.
Oh, yeah, the pioneer. This is Loot from K33. One of Muffin's conspirators in crime, I guess you could say.
And we're going to move on to the first question then. And we wanted to ask Muffin to first introduce herself, but to also tell us a little bit about how she began playing GoG and in which kingdom she started. I would like to introduce you to Muffin. Hold on a second.
Hi guys, I'm Muffin. I'm playing Guns of Glory since February 2018. I started in Kingdom 148. I live in Poland. I'm 37. I work in a huge international corporation by day. And that's it.
Okay. Can you tell us which other kingdoms do you currently play in? How many kingdoms do you have played in?
I started in 148, then I moved to K16 after almost 2 years. I had a short fling in K90 when I became a rogue, and after K16 I moved to K33, and I'm playing in one kingdom with loot.
And why did you move? Why did you move to K16 and subsequently to K91 and then to K33?
I think 148 was a victim of Korean bully, actually, and after 6 months, Kingdom was already half dead. His name was Kelpin, but probably no one remembers that guy, and he was top 10 in the whole Guns of Glory world, but he burned out very quickly, and I was playing there for another year, I think, and then there was a nasty merger between my alliance and another, and I simply... It was always like that people, well, they let me down somehow, and that merger wasn't necessary, and I decided to abruptly leave. And this was the time when we started to hang out in all those line rooms and get to know each other among the kingdoms. And I met a cool bunch of people in K60. I was playing there for almost a year, actually.
I realized that I asked Dude's question, why did you move to K33?
All right, yeah, this interview's over for me. Rookie's stealing my questions.
I think you can ask the question, right? Or should we continue?
Oh, go ahead, Rookie. Ask them all. Okay. Muffin, why did you move to K33 of all the other kingdoms?
I didn't move to K33, actually. I decided to leave K16 and I didn't have a home. I started to do a K33 project in this time because I was going to interview Girls No One, and it was on May. I was going to do a movie about how is it to play in K33. I kind of started a C6 in 33. That's why I'm playing there, a little bit by accident. I already know that people think opposite, that I went to 33 on purpose. Well, for the obvious reasons.
What's your castle level there?
43.
So yeah, once this interview is released, Muffin and I will both probably need to shield up.
Yeah.
For a good couple of months.
How do you get all your game information? Like, you're so knowledgeable, and obviously you know that I for one always PM you for whenever I need some questions answered, I need your advice. So you give me solid advice. So how do you get all your information?
I'd like people to get this knowledge exactly the same like I do. So first months it was like getting to know the basics. Like first 3 months I knew nothing about the game. I think all of you had the same. And then I joined line rooms, 2 very good line rooms, school room and a strategy room. And then I met Brospor. Brospor was playing in 130 and other very knowledgeable guys. And I was asking all kinds of the questions. And I think everyone should know the basics, and the basics are what's death order, what's troop type and sub type, what are formations, what are damage stats, what's airship, and how important is that. Every Guns of Glory player should have this basic knowledge. And if you have this basic knowledge somehow acquired in a good way, you may then analyze, you may absorb the new knowledge, you may verify everything which is new in the game and easily get your own conclusion. This is the reason why I do movies about this stuff, not about some other silly stuff we may talk about later.
How did you come about even downloading Guns of Glory?
I downloaded it while playing some stupid tic-tac-toe connect the dots game, because my current boyfriend said to me there, he was sitting right to me, and you could download some serious stuff, not to play this stupid tic-tac-toe game, and maybe you could engage in something. And I literally downloaded first game I saw the advertisement, and Guns of Glory was all over then. I just said, okay, I will play in a war game. Why not?
So Muffin has a boyfriend.
He missed one very important word I said then.
Muffin, I think you mentioned something about going rogue. Would you tell us more about that?
I'd like to say I'm not proud of this part of this chapter, but I really am. It was such a fun chapter in Guns of Glory. I met some Polish guys and they needed fighters in their kingdom. It was K90. So I said, okay, in 148 we have NAP, there's nothing going on, and I really like to kill. Whoever ever played with me knows that I really like to kill. Okay, so if you have a good castle, I may join and kill with you guys, because they had like 9 days long kill event in 14 days period of time. These were the times when it was inside kingdom kill event before cross raid. I was killing the kingdom legally, but after a couple of months there was some drama. They put me in charge of diplomacy because my English was very good. There was a jealous girl about the guy, some other drama, and I actually got into a fight with the guy who got hurt, may I say, because I killed his alliance like a lot, and he mega rallied me twice, and he lost both mega rallies. And may I just mention, I was C30, he was C40. So these were the times when C30s were able to win mega rallies, and they were able to win twice in a row. So he basically called me... Oh god. I was just standing in their hive during a legal kill event, and they mega rallied me. Who was the bully? They were the bullies. So come on, guys. And he was starting to cuss me in German, and I hit the translate button, and I saw the words like a "or" out of the sudden. My R5, yeah, well, yes, because I was killing them, so it's obvious you have to call out the girl, right? So with these nasty words, then come on, like you're not doing it. And my R5 got mad. We had a war, and then another alliance got mad. Well, it was really nasty. Player with whom I received the castle, I don't care. It's against the terms of services because I'm not playing there, obviously. He broke into my castle. I was so angry, not because of the castle, but I was so let down with the people again, that person wasn't able to win with me in anyhow than cheating.
Did he hack into your account or what? How did he...
Well, I received this castle from him, so he obviously had access, but I would... but of course I changed all the logs, and it obviously didn't help, and I think he discovered it suddenly because when he broke into my castle, he did it in a very sloppy way, because he only dismantled my gear, which was possible these days, and he wounded my troops. I was like C34 or 35 these days, not very strong castle. And the next day, I healed one march, I rebuilt retribution gear. It was the times when Sun King and Master was the highest gear. And I killed half of his hive. He messaged me and he gave me a proof that he did this, that he broke into my castle saying, Muffin, I won't log into your castle again if you don't kill my hive anymore. So it was like a proof and a win same time.
Muffin is tough.
I know, she's a badass.
Maybe Loot, maybe you remember. This is the time when I reached out to you because I read your story about
Yes,
your castle.
I remember now.
Yes, and I was after that because I swapped the castles, and these breakings never repeated after I swapped the castles.
Dude went through a lot. That was a pretty intense, I have to say, and I'm pretty impressed that you still continued playing and you're still playing after all that you went through. Like some of the questions, actually most of the questions that we're asking have been given to us by other players, other GoG players who who really wanted to ask Muffin these questions. Are you a mod, Muffin?
No, I never was a mod. I'm not a developer, of course, and I'm only usual player. And the only time I had more information about the game than other players is when I receive calendar event from Huawei.
I was never mod. They wouldn't allow me to be mod.
I wouldn't give you such power, no.
Mute. The kingdom is mine. Muffin is like the internet, though. She is the Google of GOG. Like, as Rookie has said, hey Muffin, it's just like, hey Siri.
Muffin, I'm gonna just go straight to the point.
Oh,
everyone loves Muffin. It's no secret. You're so sweet and precious. How can no one not love you?
Ask K90.
Most of your interviews have been with big spenders. So, without a doubt, one question that I have, and I'm sure everybody is interested to know, is, Muffin, how much do you spend on the game?
Oh, and this
You can answer that in Corollas or...
In Corollas? Oh god, that would be like one tire. I spend like between 200 to 500 monthly. It's an addiction and it's not very healthy. It's like other people spend on cigarettes or on alcohol or on drugs, whatever. So it should be just couple percent of your salary. I cannot allow myself to spend more than a couple percent of my salary, and so that's it. Huawei deals are very, very helpful, and I basically, when I say I'm spending 500 monthly, it's 1,000 in your books because the deals are that awesome. I just pay half of the price, legally, of course.
So I wanted to know, well, actually the audience wanted to know if you could share some of your great successes as well as your biggest failures. What do you consider things that you have done or experienced that were successes, and what were the failures?
Muffin, sorry. But before that, I have a surprise for you, Muffin.
I can see the surprise, but it's muted. Hi, Raiden.
I was told there was an interview going on. Then Rocky asked if I'd pop in and just say hello, make a cameo.
Raiden says stuff now.
Muffin, keep up the great work with all the interviews you do. We all appreciate watching the videos or listening to the videos. It's nice to hear perspectives of the big players from their points of views instead of us just being judgmental because they've all got big credit cards. And I do really like your videos, so keep up the good work.
Can you also say I love you, Muffin?
Me? Of course I can, Muffin. I love you.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, this was Raiden.
thank you very much.
Right, I'll leave you all to the interview and nice to talk to you.
Thank you, Raiden.
Thank you very much.
Surprise.
Oh, so if I said to you that I want Ahmed from 169, you would fix me with Ahmed?
Absolutely.
I asked about your successes and failures.
Starting from the end, I think this very conversation is one of the biggest successes. And it sums up my 4 years of playing Guns of Glory. And I know I could just say mwah, mwah, mwah to all three of you, but it is really, you have no idea. 3 huge monsters want to talk with me, and it's about me. Or mini monsters. And second, I would have to start from the success. Success was in K16 this year when I was able to take off the Canon Relic from the biggest player in the kingdom. And I mentioned that in Chris B interview because Chris helped to accomplish that mission. So it was really nice that we had a war and I was clever enough to jump in and to take the Canon Relic. Of course, I gave it away because I'm not the strongest in the kingdom. His failure is connected to that very relic because 2 months later, I was carrying a shield. When I gave away a Canon relic, I was received a shield. Of course, it was also to give away, but was temporarily on my back. I accidentally broke the shield. I suddenly of course I was mega rallied and frozen in a second, and because I only was like 1.2 billion power, I knew the relic is already gone and I'm already dead. I instantly called to my R5 and we went through this process on the phone, and I decided to hide my troops and sacrifice the relic, and one led to another. Of course I lost this relic to a random farm. Being in that mega rally, I lost like 50 million power total, so it wasn't a big deal. And it would have been a huge failure to lose relic like that because of my stupid mistake. And I did lose that relic, but my R5 was able to regain this relic within less than an hour because they were so eager to already take it from the farm and place it to the biggest player or another player. They were very not careful, and the relic came back to our alliance in less than an hour.
So, Muffin, I want to ask you, how many groups are you in?
Between 10 and 20, but these are all kinds of rooms, 3 cross kingdoms, 1 school room. I get invited to kingdom rooms, for example, I'm in 413, and I am in a couple other kingdoms. I always accept these invitations, and it's always very nice someone wants to have me in their own kingdom.
Which is your favorite line group?
Well, definitely New Monsters Room, after the old Monsters Room split in half, so New Monsters Room is really fun. I think Indian Room has very good moments, so Indian community is awesome.
Yeah, I think it went to once Sekshee joined the room.
Skinny, that's so mean.
Wow, Sekshee.
I love the Indian room. It's one of my favorites. So I wanted to ask Muffin, because I think that some of us really have made really good friends. Have you met anyone in real life from the game?
Yes.
Tell us more.
Tell us more. From the whole game, I only met people from K90 actually. And not only I met them, I also went to vacation with them. This was we were very, very close. I went there with my R5 and his wife. Do you want to go with us on vacation? Because we were going to Egypt. So I said, why not? I was between jobs actually.
Part to that one is, who is one person you wish you never met from the game? Not in person, but in general.
Tough question. I think I would say K90 guys. Yeah, I would not join to this room where I met them because it was, of course, being rogue and killing the whole kingdom for a couple of months was full of fun, and I gained a lot of skills and knowledge and experience. But also, it was based and built on not nice stuff, and I've heard so many adjectives about me. So yes, definitely not these guys.
I thought you would say Mathew, but that's okay.
Mathew is harmless.
What has been your favorite castle skin?
Oh god. I hate all the castle skins, like all of them. I only acknowledge default skins, and I only use default skins. And I actually use March skin because it's because of the strategic reasons, because you don't see the March composition right away. But I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. Default skins are the nicest skins.
So Muffin, since you've asked me this question, well, kinda, we want to know if you are currently in a relationship, and if you're still single, then we want to know if there is a special person in your life.
So last time I answered this question, it was something like May 2019. I mean, to the person in the game, and it brought me a lot of trouble. So I decided to not to answer such questions since then. You know, it's not that I'm looking for anything, because I'm not, but I'm not that in denial stage like Sekshee always was, and like she said in her interview that oh my god, I'm not looking for anything, leave me alone, stop messaging me. No, I'm always eager to talk to the people, and the guys and the girls, because it's always so much fun and people are so interesting. I suck in flirting. I know there will be a question about that, but I just enjoy talking to people, like, you know, and
I'm in denial.
well, you know, you said that I don't want to have any guys in my life. No, I'm not dating and stuff.
Well, Muffin, I actually appreciate that answer that you gave, because I am a lot like you. I seek true friendship. And honestly, the things that I went through in the past in my personal life I deprived myself from true friendships. And, you know, it's comforting knowing that there are people like you in the world that want true friendship and not want something more, whether it be personal relationship or, you know, other things, financial or, you know, stuff like that. So I think your answer was great.
And
it makes me love you even more.
Oh, I would like to mention at this very moment, I thanked two people from the game on Girls No One interview, and they were two guys, and they were the guys I was always sure that they wish me the best in a very friendly way. I mean, there was never any other context in these friendships, and I really remember these guys more than any other attempts anyhow. This is the same with you guys, and I think Loot is getting to that very small circle of the people I would really like to meet in person in the future.
You could join my family trip to Egypt.
Egypt?
We stuck with him.
That honestly is just now starting to kind of recollect with me, because you went on a trip with another family that of a person you met on game. That's a wild story.
Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. I mean, I don't know whether I would do that, you know, but Muffin has balls to do that. Okay, next. So, Muffin, this is the most important question of all the questions. Who do you like better, Sekshee or me?
This question.
It's so much better for me to actually hear right now than you would ever imagine.
So it would be like choosing your favorite child. So
I can do that.
Just no. Like, come on. Sekshee and Rookie. It's a woman living somewhere in Western United States, being Korean, and crazy lady killing the whole kingdoms, and Rookie living in Florida and being a crazy drug dealer selling Toyota Corollas, coming from India. So,
a drug dealer.
Like, come on.
He's a drug dealer from a blue Toyota Corolla.
Of course he is.
She likes Rookie more. We got that.
Nope.
Being a female in the game is probably one of the more difficult things to do in the Guns of Glory game. So have players flirted with you often, Muffin?
Recently, not. No. Since I have I think maybe they are scared that I reveal their messages, which I never do. This is my very deep confession that I never am able to tell if someone's flirting with me. So if anyone does it, I probably take it as a friendly conversation. I'm sorry, but I don't see it.
How often do you get that on kind of thing?
How often people say to me that they love me? You were the first.
I love you. I love you.
Notice second. So.
There's one.
I know you've asked me this question and you pressed on it during my interview, So I'm going to ask this question, which is, how many disturbing pictures have you gotten, if any?
I received 2 pictures like this. I mean, 2 people showed me stuff I definitely didn't ask, and I wasn't expecting to see those stuff.
Was the picture at an angle or what was it?
I'm definitely trying not to remember that too vividly. And just
a lot of people are going to listen to this interview, Muffin, because they're highly intrigued by you. And I think this is a very important message to send out to the men of GOG.
So yes, guys.
I think we can stop the pictures of your personal items.
You guys definitely shouldn't do it. Like, no, don't send those pictures. Your face is really enough, guys. So, and it's really even better.
Muffin, this is a question from 413 from our kingdom. And somebody wanted to know if you wear boxers, granny panties, thongs, G-strings, or whatever floats your boat.
Who says it's either? Yeah, don't crispy me. I'm wearing lace sneakers, whatever that means.
Oh, nice. Moving on, I have a question about, like, since you're so YouTube famous and such a YouTuber and everyone loves you, what made you decide, like, how did you decide to start a YouTube channel?
It was, again, the accident. I discovered that I have the video recorder in my phone, and I used it during cross raid. 194 Pyro killed me during cross raid. I think he plays in 5-4 now, so he's still somewhere there. And I recorded the action, how he was killing me, and I decided to put some comment on it, and I think it's still alive on my channel. And I was laughing from myself that now I will be famous YouTuber with a lot of subscribers. My friend Juggernaut spotted me starting this YouTube channel with two movies, and he also had a YouTube channel, and he said, okay, so maybe we will join forces and you will put your stuff on my channel. He said, okay, I will be telling you what people want to watch, and you will be making movies about what people want to watch. He knew me from the room, so he knew that I have some knowledge and I answer a lot of questions. And he made me to do army damage movie, which is still up to date, except of 2 things in this movie.
Okay, so Rookie skipped me in my question, so I had to go back to 19. Okay, Muffin, you know so many players, many who dislike each other you are friends with. How do you communicate with that person when they talk bad about the other player, your friend?
It happened to me a couple of times. I just simply don't reach out to both sides. And when someone comes to me and say, hey, this person said this or this person said that, I just ask a lot of questions and trying to understand the situation, because the truth it's never on one side. It's always on both sides.
Hi, Muffin. Do you know how many followers you have on your YouTube channel? And are you able to see who they are also, or?
No, I was able to see who's subscribing me when it was below 1,000. Now I don't. So whoever hates me, guys, this is your moment. You may subscribe me now and I won't see it. Recently crossed 2,000 subscribers, which you may know it's not very impressive because people who play games and do awesome stuff have millions. It's nice that 2,000 people wants to see my movies.
I ask you questions all the time. I'm sure, I don't know whether there are like other people who ask you questions and all the stuff. What is the stupidest question? I know Sekshee is one of them. She does. You should see the questions she asks. I swear she could be a blonde, but I still love my Sekshee.
So there are very commonly asked questions I hate to answer, and I always answer in the same way. So how to improve stats. And usually it comes with best would be for free, which guards should I use, and what troops should I attack with. And it's like asking someone how to play this game.
Yeah. Well, Sekshee's waiting for the answers to those questions still.
I'm waiting. I just wanted to ask, does having videos on YouTube really pay?
Well, YouTube pays me exactly $0 for the views, because I'm still waiting for PIN number they should have sent to me, and I asked them twice already and haven't got it yet. So it really doesn't matter. When I say to someone that I do it for free, it's actually utterly true, because I am not paid anyhow. The only thing I received, maybe, may I just say, they are Huawei deals. And this was very sweet when they approached me last year, because I'm the only one Polish YouTuber. There aren't any others. So they approached me, okay, we are having the deals now that you will get another pack for free if you buy one. And I was like, what? So now we're going to have half off on everything? And they said yes. And I said, okay, so I'll do a movie about it. I have to tell my players that there will be discounts like this. And I did it for free, actually, because I didn't know YouTubers are paid for such stuff. And that's how our cooperation started. And later on, I started to cooperate with Huawei, but only because they had utterly the best offer on the market, which was legal, of course. I made more than I spent on game.
Really? From Huawei?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Pretty awesome, actually.
Players simply wanted to buy them, so I never was a salesperson, and that wasn't my intention to sell this stuff to the players, because I will always repeat, I never make anyone to buy more. I encourage them to spend less or spend more wisely. And thanks to those deals, players were able to save money, simply.
But that's pretty cool that at least you're making some, money off of, doing what you love, and that helps, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was really by accident. I didn't want it.
Which brings us to another question that we got right here. How did you come up with this great idea of interviewing these players?
These amazing players, you wanted to say.
Absolutely.
That was another accident, and I have to say it was under influence accident. I really don't remember what was my brain process to reach out 4 places, and how I thought, okay, this would be nice to hear some stories. And I wrote to 4 places. One was K16 room, and it appeared in my kingdom, so it appeared there's no story in there. Second place was 413, Sekshee's kingdom, and Sekshee said yes. Third place, and fourth place was loot. And it was really surprising for me, because me and Loot spoke like twice before. You may vouch it, like we were never like close friends. We spoke in the monsters room, and we spoke privately like once or twice before. And I was really surprised that you agreed. But it appeared to be so awesome, Loot. Maybe you are not aware of that, but the day your interview was live, Girls No One messaged me, and he said that he just did his written interview with Creed, this other one. He wants more. He probably saw your interview, and he saw that the outcome is really okay. And he said to me that he wants to do live interview based on yours.
Actually, I'm going back into the text messaging with Muffin, and I actually suggested to Muffin to start a Muffin news channel.
I remember that that video that you posted about Asher quitting. That was funny. And then you also posted something about there was some kingdom, I forget what kingdom number, but it was something about that there was like internal war in that kingdom, and you posted about that. So I actually enjoyed those, but I do understand that that people get upset and all that stuff. But I wish you would continue doing it. It's pretty cool. My question is, how come, just out of curiosity, obviously, how did you choose to ask Sekshee to do an interview? Like, why her?
It was probably intuition. I wrote these 4 places I mentioned, and Sekshee was one of these places I wanted to speak to, because she's a woman and she's a very strong woman in game. There aren't many of them, and the first thought was that we would be focusing solely on being a woman in game. But you crashed into our interview, Rookie. So the concept changed.
Seriously, I thought this is all about me. Come on. I know Sekshee so well, and I like to think we are close. And she said, let's do it. And I was like, I know Muffin very well already, and then Sekshee is in there, so might as well do it. So it was fun. It was actually a very... I loved it. It was so much fun. I've mentioned so many times already that I don't feel that it was an interview. It was more like 3 best friends having a good conversation and laughing and enjoying ourselves. I have to ask the next question, and I know you dodged the question about who you like better, Sekshee or me, but I'll need you to answer this question. So which interview was your most favorite interview to do?
So I'm being interviewed by 3 of you, and now I have to break all of your hearts and say it was obviously Girls No One.
I did enjoy that interview. It was very cool. It was insightful on what you were saying. It was a very good interview, but I'm sad that you said that.
Yeah, you broke my heart.
Lute's interview was first, and it was like a confession, so I really have only warm feelings about this interview Lute gave. And then you two, it was like friendly conversation, so like you said, Rookie, it was... it didn't feel like interview. And then Chris B, it was like, let's say, an accident, because he agreed suddenly. And along the way, it was Girls No One who wanted to do it at first, but he wasn't able to find time because he was traveling a lot and work stuff and whatever. So that's why I'm choosing him, because it was simply a challenge. And I must admit, it was exactly like I thought it would be, because he's a very demanding guy, and what I had to cut off from this interview was only me, because his answers were so perfect that it was exactly what was needed. So it's obvious he does it on a daily basis, whatever he does in his life.
Muff, what is the weirdest gossip that you heard about yourself?
So I think usual gossips about female players in Guns of Glory. So obviously I had sexual intercourse in the half of the Guns of Glory players. That's obvious, I think. No questions asked. I did physical favors to get a castle as well, so you may only imagine what were these physical favors involving sexual activity. I also blackmailed a man for $500.
So are we supposed to pick out which one's not the true story right now?
What was the meanest name has anyone ever called you?
So there's a list of those names. May I read it for you? But I probably have to censor it anyway. So it's a prostitute, a pig, a fat, a castle for a girl, mentally ill, has no life, and I had two good insults. One girl tried to insult me by saying that you're such a good person and you're Miss Ideal, and it was supposed to be something bad, that I always speak correctly and I don't insult others. I'm not sure if she managed to accomplish that goal and actually insult me with that.
And that was going to be my next question. Was that like most of the insults were they from guys or from girls?
Wow.
Most of them, surprisingly, most of them are from guys, because I don't see the gender when I kill, and 90% of the people are guys in the game, so naturally 90% of the insults are from guys. So no, I don't think the gender here matters. But yes, girls were cruel as well.
Going back to some of the gender issues, and I think that one of the things that we talked about previous to my interview, for instance, was the gender issue. It was a big concern, and I think that we talked about it quite a bit, because for a lot of women, especially in GOG, we have to actually fight for our spot. We don't just go in there and buy stats and then be glorified like a lot of the men are. A lot of the women tend to cut each other down, and I don't seem to understand why that is, because you would expect that, being this a gender issue more than anything, people would lift each other up and try to support one another. So I can see that. Do you feel like you experienced that as well?
I think women in our game have a tendency to ignore each other. That's true. But these who are close to you, like for example me and Sekshee, we are very, very supportive. You just have to find like 2 or 3 women close to you. I have a great example in my Polish group. I set it up because some 2 or 3 women talked me into it. I didn't want to set up the Polish group because of my experience in K90, right? Because some Polish community obviously stayed with that part of the conflict. But I did it, and surprisingly, women in that very group are the best part of this group. They are really amazing. And I'm not sure it's because I'm the leader of this group. There's like 200 of people there, and there are many active players, and I don't know any other group which is so active and so meritorically good. So this is one of my first places where I go and ask the questions and where I see good information. And the foundation of this group are women, and I would really love the thought that I made it, and maybe it's because of me, but maybe it was just pure luck that women there are very vocal and very smart.
Jakiś czas temu Muffin stworzyła pokój Gas of Glory Polska. Pokój, gdzie przybywało z dnia na dzień coraz więcej osób. W tym pokoju filarem są po prostu kobiety. Są przebojowe, są silne charakterem. Mają naprawdę ogromną wiedzę o tej grze, bo tak naprawdę gdzie i o co byś się nie spytał, to w większości odpowiedzi któraś z kobiet, żebyś nie został z taką informacją wiem, ale nie powiem. Ale pomimo wszystko wciąż tu jesteśmy, pomimo wszystko wciąż gramy, wciąż tworzymy tą potęgę, tą siłę, tą grupę i wciąż dzielimy się swoją wiedzą. Ten pokój jest sam sobie po prostu pełen takiej ciepłej atmosfery. Jest takim domem gry, gdzie my Polacy możemy sobie przyjść, pogadać o grze, o jedzeniu, ogólnie o tym, co nas w ciągu dnia gdzieś tam rozbiło, co się wydarzyło. Nawet jeśli chodzi o kobiety, uważam, że każda z nas, każda z nich mogłaby opowiedzieć swoją historię.
When women don't like someone, they may be very mean, like, you know, you're Miss Ideal, right? So I really heard it, and I couldn't believe what I see, right? Not heard, what I see on the chat, that someone tries to insult me by pointing out that I speak well about the other players, even though I kill them at the same time. And also, I've heard from that very person that I have to shave my eyebrows.
I will say on Muffin's behalf, I've seen this lady in Kingdom Raid. She's ruthless. I mean, she is absolutely ruthless, and she's fun to watch.
I have never seen her fight, even though like we met a few times in Kingdom Raid, and she always respects, you know. I don't know whether she went to other alliances in K26.
No, I never hit 26.
I'm sure she is a bully. Muffin's a bully.
I'm not a bully. Yeah, but it's kind of a true, and maybe it sounds a little bit egocentric, but I'm a killer, so there's always something going on when I'm around, and this was my first concern when I joined 33. I told I'm a killer, and I will be killing stuff, and if that's a problem for you, I'm not joining, because I want to have fun from the game. And, you know, 33 doesn't go and kill everything. I do. And he said, okay.
that has to be on the teaser. I'm a killer. What rank are you in the kills?
I have to admit, if you combined my kills, that would be a good question. No one asked. If you combined my kills from my 3 or 4 main castles, that would be 400 million, I think.
Okay, so how do you find time to do all this stuff?
It's not that much of a time like people think, actually, because I don't play that much. There was one of the insults, actually, that you're always on a green, and yes, I'm always on green, but it doesn't mean I play. It just means I'm logged on game. So I play maybe 10 or 15 hours weekly. Editing movies, it's time consuming, but it's super fun for me. So I don't find it as, you know, as a job or something. It's something I find pleasure in. So I don't feel like time flies by when I edit stuff, especially when I do interviews, like right now.
So would you consider this as a hobby, or do you have other hobbies?
Well, recently, GOG is my hobby, and YouTube is my hobby.
Thank you for calling it GOG.
Abaddon will be happy.
So I don't parachute. I don't play in band like lute, even though I have major in music.
What did you play?
A piano.
Muffin, so we're not going to ask you who, but if you could kill someone that you really dislike, would you do it very slowly, or would you do it very quick on a solo hit?
I think all of you know the answer already. There's nothing like a slow death in Guns of Glory. You have to do it quickly, because either it shields or it runs away. So speed hit, and that's it.
But why not ask the question, who would you like to kill?
Oh, there's no one specific at the moment I would like to kill. Like, honestly, off and on the record, I don't have personal hates. I enjoy the events. There are probably many kingdoms who hate me because I kill them repeatedly during cross-raid. I may mention 3-2-3 and 3-4-3, 112, 102, maybe a little bit 99 and 97. So, and probably a couple dozens more than that. But guys, I have to admit that I do it because I want to challenge myself, and I like to kill. I like cross raids, so nothing personal here.
Okay, Muffin, can you do a shout out to Mr. Stewie Griffin? Give him wah wah wahs.
Stewie Griffin, mwah for you.
Okay, when will you burn?
Oh, whenever there's gonna be occasion, I will not hesitate to kill him. I already did twice or even 3 times, so I have an experience to do so. So I look forward to it.
Like I said, no Muffin the bully.
I'm not a bully.
I will say, from the girls' interview, that has definitely caught on.
Yep.
That Muffin's a bully.
Yeah.
Let's see. You got to explain to me, what muffin flavor are you?
Oh, caramel. Definitely caramel. Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask you this. How did you come up with the name Muffin?
And this is exactly what I wanted to say right now, that this question didn't come up earlier. It was, again, an accident. I was baking an actual batch of muffins in my oven, in my kitchen, and I was saying so on a Alliance chat, and guys started to laugh about it and make jokes about it, and that's why I became Muffin from the very beginning, I must say. Like, it was like second month of me playing, and it stuck because it's a little bit girly and funny, and it has a lot of meanings, including dirty meanings. So
yes.
For the last 3 questions, and they're actually all 3 really good questions.
Muffin, if you could have anybody's castle for a week, which one would you pick?
I would say neither, because identity is very important to me. It would be just to pick how he has stuff arranged and where are the mistakes he made, because I did it in the past on some monsters' castles, and I must say they do make mistakes.
So you don't want my castle?
Yeah.
Dear Muffin, if you ever thought about leaving, what would have cost it?
I implemented this game to my life and I really enjoy it, so I'm not thinking about leaving yet. So no, I'm not going anywhere. Sorry guys, you're stuck with me for a little bit longer.
That makes us happy, actually.
Yeah. That and the line rooms are far more addicting than Guns of Glory.
That's true.
But honestly, I check line pretty often because I always want to see what Ben Diesel is doing.
As well, he's such a, he's a strong guy in game and all the stuff, but he stays humble, So those are the kind of people I really like.
Yeah.
And I would like to be a fly on the wall with him and Alco one day.
Oh yeah.
That would be a fun little time.
Right. So Muffin, it was awesome interviewing you. It was so much fun, and I love Sekshee, and I love your loot. Mwah to all 3 of you, and let's do this again. Love you guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Rookie.
I enjoyed it.
So, Loot, you're left with 2 of us.
I know, a man's dream. I waited all night for Rookie to leave us alone. Very last question. Are there any weird or unusual facts about you, Muffin, that you want to share? I'm
not wearing colored contact lenses because many people think I do. I was also on the first page of the biggest national paper, but I won't reveal anything more. I was on the picture as a main person, so it wasn't a crowd or something. And last year, I performed a stand-up of one of the biggest comedian scenes in Warsaw theaters.
I have to ask this question of you, Muffin. Where was it? Who do you like more, Sekshee or Rookie? All right, so the gameplay has changed tremendously. This is actually an that I had asking Muffin as well. Like, I enjoy the gameplay today more than I did back whenever I originally was spending $30,000 a month, besides saving money now. But I enjoy the gameplay that they have kind of pushed the game to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's much better of an event right now.
You're right. It is rather difficult to be the interviewer than it is the interviewee.
Yeah.
Well, Lud, I think you did a great job. I was just reading it off. I'm like,
Well, that's about it.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
I'm going to say thank you, everybody. It was very fun, Muffin and Ruki and Lud, and it was complete pleasure. Can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
I agree with Ruki and Sekshee. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed getting to know you more, Muffin. I really did.
Thank you, Lud. Yes, it was really nice to meet you finally after interviewing you 3 months ago. So, well,
And your interview process has come along so much. When I say I'm happy for you in messages, I truly am. Like, I enjoy seeing you be successful, and it's honestly a joy to be able to see what this has become.
Yeah, thank you very much. And what can I say? I see you on the battlefield, right? Don't zero me.
I never will.
We'll see you in the battlefield. I will zero you.
Okay. I can't wait. It sounds promising.
It's Sekshee you're talking to. What do you expect?
Yeah, sure. Okay, guys. So have a good evening. I'm going to sleep.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.